This update for the Essential Bundle is free to anyone who already has the Essential Bundle. There is an extra step for installation, only for those who previously had the bundle. And it's just due to file structure being different from the previous version. So first, go into Fusion. You're gonna go to the effects panel, go to tools. No, actually you're gonna go to templates, click on Fusion. If you have a lot of effects installed, like I do, Resolve will become unresponsive for about 20 to 30 seconds, so just give it a minute to catch up. Once it catches up, click on the search bar and then type in Godsend, and then just right click any of the effects, right click and go to show folder. This is basically going to open up your template folder so you can find the original version of the essential pack. You're going to select it and delete it. Once it's deleted, you're going to close DaVinci Resolve. Now you go to your download of the essentials pack, and first you're going to actually open up the README file. I went through and redid the links for the fonts. I know previously the links got like jumbled up and mixed up. I went through each one of them. It's a lot of fonts that I use for the updated tech, the updated titles and the old titles, but just go through and download all of them. Basically, you just click on one of the links. It takes you to wherever that font is, and this one you're gonna go down to free download and save it somewhere on your desktop. And then I'm just open up the folder. You really don't even have to extract it. You just double click, go inside, then double click it, and it'll open this little menu up here. Then click install. And now I already have it installed, so it's gonna ask me to override, or do I want to install anyway? I'm just gonna hit no. But in your situation, if you've never downloaded the fonts before, you'll hit yes and install from there. Once you have all the fonts downloaded and installed, you scroll down further. This kind of give you an idea of what's new in the title pack. You can click here, it'll take you to the essentials page. If you would, do me a favor, leave a review. I think it's only like 2 reviews on here right now. Yeah, it's 2 reviews on here right now. So if you could, let's get that number up. I need at least 10 to 20 of them if at all possible. Much appreciated. Then back to the README file, you scroll down. If you want to make a little extra money on the side, you can click here and sign up to become an affiliate. And basically, you'll get a customized link that you can share to any of your following and your friends or anyone. So then anybody download or buy anything off the website, you'll get a 20% commission, and you'll get that at the beginning of each month. So down back to the folder, everything is included. These are the previous LUTs from the old version, from the original release. If you don't have them, you'll basically install these. I added the orange and teal LUTs from my stock footage pack, and it's 100 sound effects here, and these are render settings. The 4K render settings are the settings I use from YouTube and client projects, and these are the 4:3. This basically give you that box ratio. Double click the DRFX file, and that actually should open up DaVinci Resolve for you. Resolve also may become unresponsive for about 10 to 15 seconds or so. Just give it a second to catch up to install everything. And so now back on the edit page, you can go to the toolbar, go to the search bar, and then type in Godsend. This will list everything in the pack, and then you just click on the categories to go to video transitions, the 10 drag and drop transitions. I'll leave links in the description that goes over the features that were already established, whereas this video, I pretty much go over what's new. Then go to titles. This is the bulk of the new stuff that's in the pack. You actually see it here twice. Now, when you install yours, you'll only have 1 set of them. I have 2 sets here due to the fact that I created a separate title pack with all the titles in it. And so by the end of the video, if you're not a fan of the entire Essentials pack, you can just download the actual title pack. I have a link for it in the description. There's 32 titles in all. The first ones are like these little karaoke effects. I have to go back and see if they'll work with the new DaVinci Resolve 20 subtitle effect. But for right now, when you drag and drop one to the timeline, click on to go to the inspector tab. The write on effect is keyframe. You can double click and reset it to set your own keyframes. And basically just want to kind of manipulate this write on effect so that the words match up with the actual title, with actual text. Then the first 14 titles are brand new titles. They're all title cards, so they don't have any like animations or anything like that. So like if you go to the first one here, put in some names and songs of the stuff that's come out here recently. And I created a whole template set for the new titles. So if you go in here and look now, it's got featured. You can touch feature on, it'll just say feature right there. Basically, you just cut, you can activate and deactivate the sections you don't need. So if I don't want the director's credits here, I can go down to director's credits, uncheck it, and it'll be gone. And of course, you can type in whatever you want to here, so you don't have to actually say directed by whatever. Just these are just the labels that I gave you when I made the template. You also go up here and notice it says user up here. This is just a blank page. I couldn't get it to go away when I designed the template, and I didn't feel like rebuilding the template, to be honest. So I just left it there, but it's completely empty. So go back over to the top now, hit this drop down. This controls the whole title effect. So I'm gonna double click to reset that. Then you got song name. You're gonna say you can uncheck it, check it, change the color, customization. And something that's new with these two and raise this direction. If you say for instance you want to create a vertical effect or a vertical title, you can go down here to vertical, and it'll just, you can't really see it now, but it'll basically realign all the text vertically. So I'm gonna go here to center X and Y. Move it up. See now it's still saying residuals, but it's all in the vertical lineup. Then, of course, I can hit this drop down and just go back to horizontal to leave it back how it was. And then I'm going to double click center X and Y to reset it. And then you have the anchor points. You can just set it to anchor it to different sides of the screen if you wanted to. The controls for each one of these sections are all the same. You go down here to drop shadow. You can turn this on and create a drop shadow effect for the whole title. And I'm going to turn it off. And then you also have these glow controls down here. Oh, I'm going to close this, open this up, turn on glow, then create a glow effect. And you can customize the color of the glow right here from the inspector tab as well, if you want to create a glow effect on the title. Many of these titles actually have textures on them, like this one here, this NBA Youngboy has this texture effect to it. Then you have this one here. Title number 4 has this like glass break texture in the background. And title 6 has a texture. I think most of them I put a texture on. The glow effect on this title is actually affect only the song title, not the entire title pack. I'm not gonna go through all of them, but go down here to, these are like the older ones that came with the original pack. These do have animations. So this one here's a 3D text effect. And he zooms in letter by letter. I did tweak the lighting and the 3D text a little bit and make it a little bit smoother edges. Now these older ones don't have the same template. Any section that you don't want text to be shown, you basically have to go through, select the title and delete that text. I may go through and update these with the newer template at a later date, but for right now, this is how they're preset. And these here have more of a movie feel to them. So you got the boys here, animates in, kind of creates a slow zoom. You got your little movie logos and icons. This one here has a logo, it's a drop zone logo. So if you drop this to the timeline, this little logo here is by default. Go over here to the inspector tab. You can actually turn the logo off if you want to. But if you want to, if say for instance, your client has a logo or you have a logo that you want to show, you can click browse. It'll open up your file manager. Select my channel logo and then hit open. Then the image will be replaced with whatever image you use. There animates in, then it animates back out towards the end of the title. And then the VHS titles are actually going to coincide with the VHS effect. I'll go over here in just a minute. Sometimes I forget with the titles. If I click on the title and click on the Fusion tab, the titles are left open. So if you want to double click here and kind of mess around with them, take a look at, when you want to take a look at how they structure and things like that, you can do so. Go to effects now. I have almost, I think, 32 effects. I'm not gonna go over all of them. I'm gonna delete this. The newest one is this fisheye effect. And just drag and drop, it creates the fisheye effect. Over in the inspector tab, the media FX is basically an abbreviation for transform. You can move your subject around or the media around, resize it, or change its angle. Then you can close that. This controls the whole effect itself, so I can move this back and forward, up and down, zoom in, zoom out. This controls the softness of the lens effect. So if you zoom in here, you see the little fall off here. If I turn it all the way up, it's going to give you this hard edge. Hologram effect has been reworked. So if I drag and drop this to my mask clip, it'll create this hologram effect around the subject. You have all new controls to further customize it. This does have an animation effect if you can cut it on. So if I go here to animate and turn on animation in and out, and it's gonna be a little bit choppy, but you can see here it animates from right here, basically outside the screen. If I turn back on my Fusion overlay, you'll see the pivot point is right there. That's where it's animating from. If I grab the pivot point, bring it down here to the bottom corner, it'll then animate from there. And to coincide with the pivot, you want to turn on the motion trail. I mean, the hologram trail. I tried to link these together, but it creates this like funky effect. So I left them separate. You'll see the little trail anchor right here. So just move it down to the same point where my pivot point is. So now when it animates in, you'll see the zoom effect, and then also had a little trail effect, and it just follow along with the subject. Another new effect is RGB split. I do have an RGB split on my website. There's a free download. Here's a more advanced version of that, and it's only available in the Essentials pack. As you can see here, it's already creating like this retro VHS effect. You have transform controls for each one of the colors, which I'm now realizing I forgot to label. But the first one is red, the second one is green, and then the bottom one is blue, so RGB. When they're all perfectly aligned, you just get a normal image. If you hold control and scroll across the numbers, I'm gonna move the red channel. So it's like, so now it's giving you kind of like almost 3D like chromatic effect. The VHS effect has been completely retweaked as well. So if I drag and drop that. This is a heavy effect, so you have to give it some time as far as the playback. This is for some odd reason, it's listed as 2, 3, 4, but it actually should be 1, 2, 3. But this one here has a flicker effect to it, which all these can be customized over here in the inspector tab. 3 has the film damage effect too, so you little line here, and then you see the little crackles and film dirt. 4 is more simplified, but it's like kind of like overly sharpened and kind of similar to the old school camcorders. You go up here to the top, I can combine that with frame 3, so it creates like this matte box effect. Then go to the titles, scroll all the way down to the VHS, and place it on top. And so now you have like this VHS camera effect. Now, I didn't go over every single thing in the bundle pack. I'm gonna leave a few elements to you as a surprise. Remember to use code workflow at checkout for $10 off. And if you're not interested in the pack but do want the titles, because I have had several people ask me about some music video titles, I've created a separate title pack. The link will be in the description. You can also use that code for $10 off on that as well. And I'll see you in the next video.